Excuse me, doctor. I've come for the treatment.
The SABC presents The Secrets of Cordon Bleu.
It's a lovely restaurant, this. Such a lovely table. This is where I phoned in advance.
Oh, yes. What is the name of this place?
The window box.
Oh, yes. Yes, I remember one. I think it was my son-in-law who told me about this. It's very kind of you, Walter. Really, it is. I must tell Esme about this little spot.
Yes. And, well, we've got a lovely view of the street from here. Are you quite comfortable, Miss?
Oh, yes, no, I'm quite all right. Thank you very much, yes. Do you mind if I smoke?
No, not at all.
Good afternoon.
You can go up in flames if you like. Hello, yes. The menu, please.
What is it?
We want the menu, please.
Is the cottage pie and beans with the
No.
tomato sauce?
No. That's the bar lunch. We want the cordon bleu menu, please.
You can have Worcester sauce, with the cottage pie and meringue.
Oh, no, I can't stand cottage pie with Worcester sauce. Oh, no. Haven't you got another menu?
Keep your voice down, Mims. We don't want to draw attention from other people.
I call the other waiter.
Yes, I think perhaps you'd better. Let me light your cigarette for you, Miss.
Oh, thank you so much, Walter.
Good afternoon, sir.
The menu, please. And would you bring another ashtray, please? Thank you.
Cottage pie and with tomato sauce and baked custard with the you like to drink?
Yes, we'd like the wine steward, please, and bring us the menu. Thank you. Mims, you'll never guess who I bumped into the other day.
Excuse me, sir.
You remember?
I'm the wine steward.
Oh, yes. What is that?
This is the wine.
Is that late harvest? Mims, you'll never believe who I bumped into the other day.
Oh, no, but I can't drink all that.
Oh, sorry.
And you're messing all over the table here. What is the matter with you?
Mims, please keep your voice down. This is a very select restaurant. Please, would you bring a cloth and just wipe all the
No, sir.
you've made?
Here is the cottage pie and cream. And this one is for the madam.
But the madam doesn't want a big helping.
No, of course I want a big helping. But what is this? Is this now the cottage pie? But where is the menu? We wanted the menu.
Must I call the manager?
I think perhaps you'd better call the manager. Don't you talk like that. How dare you say, yes, call the manager.
Mims, please keep your voice down. Mims, please, just relax.
No, I will not relax. Really, this is all gone far enough. Where is the manager?
Good afternoon. I'm the manager. Can I help you, sir?
Yes, leave it to me, Mims. Let me handle it. Listen, we came here. I booked a table. Maria's name, both Maria. You've probably heard of me on the radio. And,
is that a juice jockey?
We asked for the menu, and we never got the menu. We asked for wine, the wine steward, and...
the wine. Now,
they came along and...
Let me explain, sir. We
gave
give
us
the wine straight away as a compliment of the house.
But... Yeah, but we've got wine, and you're spilling it all over the table here.
It's a compliment of the house.
Oh, no, I think this is all ridiculous. We asked for a menu, and the next thing we got these plates of this cold old cottage pie with tomato sauce and Worcester sauce and...
Do not... I'll explain you the cottage pie. There is one cottage pie.
Don't you bang my plate up and down like that. How dare you?
Mess around like this, the cottage pie.
I will not tell Esme about this restaurant. It's too disgraceful and too despicable and too horrible and too awful for what?
It's fresh today. You want merit with your food. One merit of wine.
All we want is a menu that we can select what we want to eat from, and we want a wine steward that will give us a wine left, and we...
Right.
I must have one of my tablets immediately. I think I am going to have a seizure right here and now.
I'm going...
Oh, no, Walter, please. Oh, you're looking terribly flushed. No, Walter, just relax, please. Open the window for Mr. Murray. Walter, are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. I'll just have one of my pressure pills. I'll be quite all right.
Right, sir.
And I'll have one of my
I'll go
tranquilizers.
to call
In fact,
him.
I'll have 6 of them.
I'll go to call him. He will bring the miracle.
And now it's time for another in the series of Thoughts in My Dairy, written by J.J. Fallour.
The other day, while staring dreamily at the white liquid in those regimental glass containers, my mind was transported back years to the days when car spotting was a most popular pastime. A sometimes listless farmer would temporarily leave his daily chores and make his way casually through the Lucerne fields to the National Road. His honest blue eyes gazing earnestly at the S-bend that cut symmetrically through the veld ahead of him, he waited patiently for the 25-second experience that had become his own personal nirvana. The burly six-footer eased himself onto a rock, but even as the fabric of his khaki trousers made contact with a stone, the first strange strains of the 1899 Packard reached his ears. As the incredible contraption moved into view, the farmer rose with widened eyes, the better to adjust to the march of time. As the strange phenomenon approached his position, the farmer gave the thumbs-up sign of all go. The pilot of the automobile, responding quickly, drew up alongside the astounded farmer to discuss topical events and petrol rationing. Before long, the two South Africans had become firm friends, and the pilot of the automobile had offered the farmer a ride. And so, Willem ter Blanche became one of South Africa's first hitchhikers. The father, in the meantime, had been on commando, and the mother on flag filter king size. Just one more example of how South Africans kept up with current trends, even in the lonely veld near the town of Hendrina. Goeiemorning.
Flop people. And this is Colin Jubilee reporting. This evening with us in the studio...
When do I start?
Just a moment. The winner of the Johannesburg City Council's annual award for the greatest failure. We have Mr. Jeremy van Breda.
Oh.
That is the name.
Yes,
Well, good evening and welcome to Flop People.
I didn't actually want to, have this. I don't actually like this.
Yes, I know it must be a terrible embarrassment for you. But now do sit and tell us now exactly how this all came about. When did you first... Would you please stop rocking in the chair?
Oh, well,
When did you first realize that you were a flop?
I didn't actually like to have a name, or a position of this,
Could you speak up, please? Because the recording engineer is not able to modulate our voices properly on the VU meter.
Well, I don't like, I don't like actually having a name or a position like this, but the council finally decided that I must...
Now, don't be nervous. Tell me,
But why do you bring me here anyway? Because now you make a mockery out of the whole thing,
Don't be silly. This is the title of the program, Flop People. Now, tell me, have you always been a flop?
I think so, yes.
Tell me, were you aware of this as a child?
No, well, I had bad sort of stages of depression, and most of my experiences in life sort of revolved around the pattern of... Excuse me.
No, that's quite all right. Would you like some water?
Well, that's another thing. I can't even talk, and I'll get a frog in my throat.
Yes, well, that's the price one has to pay for being a top flop person.
Yes.
So you say you were aware of this as a child?
Yes. Disappointment followed disappointment, and I used to fail at school, and people were unkind to me. And then I gradually realized that my aim and vocation in life was to be a disappointment and an embarrassment to my fellow man. So I approached the council for this title, and reluctantly they were forced to confer upon me this particular position in my life cycle. I'm getting depressed as I speak, but in any case...
Yes, I'm feeling rather depressed myself. Tell me, are you married at all? Has your marriage been a success or a flop?
A flop also, yeah. I'm now on to my fourth wife, and she doesn't think much of me either. But,
this is very rather heartbreaking.
I can already recognize in your manner and eyes that you don't like me either.
Then really, don't be silly now, please. I want to ask you some more questions. Now sit down and don't be so temperamental. Tell me, do you think it's easy for anyone to become a flop person?
No, it's not at all that easy. In fact, it takes a lot of care and devotion to things like being lackadaisical, having a bad memory, fits of depression, and just generally not well, one of my failures is that I can't even describe something. It's in my mind, but I don't know what. Don't laugh at me, please, sir.
I'm not laughing at you. Gracious, I'm about to have a complete breakdown. Tell me, before we get too emotional here in the studio, would you say that it is something which many people seem to unfortunately suffer from? You must excuse me, really. I don't normally behave like this, but this is terribly touching.
Well, I don't know.
Here are my tissues.
Bees are some of the world's most wonderful insects. They carry honey to the hive.
Aren't they marvelous little insects? Yes, they really are.
They carry honey to the hive from flowers in the surrounding districts and provide most of the country with some of the world's most valuable...
I must stop you, Mr. Van der
I can't take it anymore.
I can't take it anymore either, really. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Flop People. And this is Colin Jubilee signing off now.
Acme Car Sales, Elof Street.
Is this the place? This is the place, I think. Yes, this is it. All right, let's go in. Yes, no, this is the place. It's changed a bit from the outside, but I'm sure this is the same.
Acme Motors.
Acme Motors, yes. Now, that's the sort of thing standing over there. That's the kind of thing that you want, Charlie. That's a nice little job, that really is.
I just can't help wondering if it's worthwhile to sort of let the money go and sort of...
Well, what else are you going to spend the money on? Cricket bats and things.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Yes, no, we're just admiring this little car over here. My friend here, Mr. Charles Taylor.
She's a beauty. Pop inside and see what you feel. She's an absolute beauty, sir.
Yes, get in here, Charles.
Well, I don't know. Isn't that a bit... The seats are a bit torn, aren't they, Voter?
No, well, look, that's just a small thing, Charles. Don't be too fussy. I mean, look, it's going for a good price.
I tell you, sir, you've got I don't want to oversell or do anything like that, but not only have you got a bargain, sir, I promise you won't find another car like this in probably about 30 to 40 years.
Now, look, $450. What about a special price for Mr. Teller? I mean, $450 is a bit...
I'll tell you what, sir, let's not discuss price now. You know, we are a quality business, sir, and discounts, we just can't help on, sir. We're proud of our reputation. We don't give discounts, but then our cars are not...
broken the rearview mirror, yeah, I'm sorry. It just...
Oh,
but it was stuck up here with chewing gum.
Now, that must be a mistake, sir.
Yes, well, that will have to be replaced, obviously. I mean, that goes without saying.
I think I know why that happened, sir. That was a reject that was sent out from the factory, you know, so we got a PL order on that, and that's probably why that was stuck up there in the first place.
Oh, I see. Now, what is the model of this?
Now, how can we accept this? If this is
of chewing gum in the
No, you leave it to me, Charlie. Leave it to
But
me.
I-
I'll get the price down for you.
If you could,
This
take a
is
look
what?
at it.
What is this? This is a 62, isn't it?
Just let me check up, sir. I know whatever it is, she's a beauty either way. It's going for a real bargain, so you won't find something like this again from 30 to 40 years, you know. Here we are. It's a 58, I believe.
Now tell me why has the gear lever little knob thing on top come off in my hand here?
Why don't you start it up, sir, and feel the...
No, well, can you put this gear lever knob back on? I see it sort of screws back on.
That's just a basic...
It probably wasn't screwed properly, yes. Very nice. Well, Charlie, do you want to take it for a little spin?
All right,
after all, since you're the man who's in...
Well, I don't know, really. I haven't seen a car like this. It seems I just don't know. It seems
Come
like
on, Charlie,
a load of old junk.
Charlie, come in. Get in here. You're behind the wheel. Get in here and just take us for a spin.
Right.
All right.
May I start it up, please, Sonny?
Oh, gracious.
Yes, follow me. Just go in.
Can you see all right there? Because your
Right, I'll
these
start her
feet
up.
seem to be sagging terribly. Ah.
Now, if you'll notice, that is what we in the trade call a pit. You know, she gently takes... She doesn't start immediately, obviously, because this is not a modern car. But a gentle
Charlie,
starting.
Charlie, pull out the coat.
Where is the chip? I don't know. I'm trying to find it. No, don't pull that.
This over here. This must be it, yeah.
Careful now. No, don't pull that. Sorry.
There we go.
All right. That was...
All right.
Hold on a second.
Are you quite sure you can manage, Charles?
I think so, yeah. Now,
all right.
Tell me, is this car safe, Sonny? I don't think you have to call me Sonny. You know, I am a sort of...
What are those noises?
Now, don't worry about that, Mr. Minnie. Look, just take that...
Gracious me, those are big ends to me. You asked me, those are big ends going.
Big ends?
Big ends?
No. This car just doesn't... This was pretty big end here, you know.
Charlie, put your foot down a bit and see what sort of... See what sort of...
I'm going to...
Torque this engine produces. What is this, a 4-cylinder?
This is a 6, Mr. Minnie. She's got plenty of power, you know.
This is a 6?
That's right. This is, in fact, a 58. I don't even think I told you the model. The model is...
No, I thought it was a 62.
That's a Fleetwood.
A Fleetwood?
That's right.
What year?
They don't make 58, as I said, you know.
But what are those noises, for goodness sake? What is that sound? That's terrible.
There's no problem there, sir. That we'll have ironed out for you before you leave our showroom, you know.
Well, how does it feel to you, Charlie?
I don't know. It seems very loose and shaky. You don't mind me saying so, Sonny.
And it's backfiring,
no,
too.
Don't
sure, it shouldn't do that.
Della, really. I mean, I don't want to...
Gracious me, it's backfiring itself silly. I mean, this is totally ridiculous.
I wouldn't worry about that, Mr. Murray. You know, a car of this kind of vintage, you get...
Listen, you're sitting in the back seat. You're very fortunate. You're up, all up high in the back there. Can't you see Mr. Teller and I are sitting in the front here? The front seat seems to have collapsed. Because Mr. Teller and I can hardly see over the bonnet of this thing.
No, I mean, you can't have it all. You can't have it every way.
What's that? What was that?
I didn't hear anything.
But that sounds like something is scraping against the mudguard or something, or the differential is about to pull up.
No.
Side shaft, that's what it must be. Side shaft.
No, you won't get side shaft problems in a car of this vintage. That's all.
But there's something very wrong with this as far as Charles, I think...
I don't know. Hold on a second, Motor. I'm going to take her on the motorway. You can't tell in the traffic, you know, and I'm weaving and ducking from every car I can find.
And now?
No, I'm just pulling up on the side.
Oh, that noise. I mean, that noise is ridiculous.
Don't worry. Take it out on the motorway, Mr. Della. Then you'll really see how this car goes. Don't forget, Mr. Murray, a car of this vintage, 58, and, as I said, a Fleetwood. They don't make them like this anymore. You know, it's not as though you're getting...
Look, it's not as if you're giving the car to us. It's 450 rands, you highway robbering sharks are wanting for
this.
this.
Song, Mr. Murray. You know,
What's it
I don't have to oversell a car like this. This is a Fleetwood.
With all that noise.
Eh?
That noise, listen to that. It sounds to me like this whole thing is busy breaking up or something.
No way.
And look at all the smoke coming here through the floorboards. That's not right.
You're getting unnecessarily excited about a car like this. It's got leather seats, you know.
And gracious innocence here in the cubby, old Charles. You must remember this. This is a bottle of old boiled sweets which I haven't seen since about the 30s. They don't make these anymore.
Now, we'll throw that in for you as well, Mr. Maria.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I'm not all that hard up for a bottle of boiled sweets from the 30s.
No, don't worry about it. We'll throw
Anyway,
that in
I'm not buying the car. It's Mr. Teller who's buying it. How do you feel, Charles?
I'm listening to you both talking, you know, and I must say, in a way, a car like this has a certain amount of nostalgia.
Now, listen, it's cutting out.
Wait a minute, let's have a look.
Oh, gracious me, no. The sooner we get out of this car, the better.
What about that, Sonny? Sonny?
Oh, all the material here from the roof, the ceiling, is all collapsed down. All on top of my head here, I can't see anything. All this old felt, poof, and it's all covered in dust, and it's going to give me hay fever now.
Well, what do you want for 450 runs at Rolls Royce?
Don't talk to me while I've still got the ceiling material all around my head. Get this thing going, Charles, and get us back to town.
Hold on a second. I'll see if I can just check out there in the back there. No, she's all right. Look, a car like this. Admittedly, there we are.
Now you've got it going. Now we're back on the move.
Okay, and I've got all the silly, ridiculous roofing material fabric stuff off my head. Now I can see where we're going.
You can't expect it for a song like this. I mean, 450 runs for a Fleetwood.
Yeah, but now this whole roofing is going to have to be redone. All this old felt is
we'll
have to be ripped out and new material.
I'll put masking tape on there. You can just stretch, you get this plastic stuff. You get this plastic stuff, you spray it with paint and put masking tape on. Spray that with paint, you've got a new suit, you know what I mean?
Gracious me, now the hands are here from the window. I tried to turn the window down, and that's come off in my hand.
Don't worry about the tiny little teething troubles.
And anyway, Charlie, have you noticed that red light there for the oil pressure has been on ever since we left the garage? It's never gone up.
No, Mr. Maria, don't worry about the teething troubles. We'll iron all these things out.
What do you mean, teething troubles? Don't be totally ridiculous. That red light has been on ever since we left the garage because that means that there's no oil in this car and it's about to seize. That's what it means. That's what all that noise is that's going on. This whole car is busy.
No. Look, I mean, in a car of this age, there's no trouble. Hold on a sec. As it happens, we're right outside the garage now, you know.
Right, shall I just ease her into the parking lot of the garage?
But I'll get out before you ease it in.
Please, don't carry on calling me Sonny all the time, Mr. Teller, please, man.
Drive it in now, Charles, out.
I'll put her on the parking lot now. Hold on a second. Right, I'll just ease her into that space over there.
Honestly, Mr. Teller, 450 rand, man. It's a vintage car.
I must admit, though, there's a certain amount of nostalgia about an old lady like this. There we are. Righto, thanks very much, Sonny. Well, there's no need to carry on calling me Sonny, Mr. Teller. I'm well past 40. Right, thanks a lot. Vota, come over here, please. Let's have a quick powwow about it.
Basically just a bit of overheating, Mr. Teller, that's all.
A creature was creaturing gaily.
In the waters at Ripley he swam.
Well, he gurgled and dived and he snorkeled.
He was quite clearly king of the dam. That's a D-A-M, not a D-A-M-N. I don't want to get censored.
A vehicle streamlined and stately
Started scattering Cootie and Ducky.
So the creature said, Dad,
I'll return to my pad.
That's a Porter's batterproof Bucky. It's amphibian, you see.
Porter's batterproof Bucky. Doo-ba-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo-wow.
And now here she is, Barbara McFadden.
Have you ever been faced with the problem of repaying kindnesses by throwing a Saturday mid-morning spectacular to repay all those wonderful hospitalities which have been frighteningly mounting up on your desk pad? One clever friend of mine approached genius when she threw an ethnic tribal party at their 20-acre hideaway in Green Hills. The marquee was beautifully decorated with African murals on the tent flaps, and inside, rush mats, felt grasses, and knobkerries made striking centerpieces. She'd even gone to the trouble of having small car radio speakers cunningly concealed in the tent poles and linked to the Southern Soto service of the SABC. There was a certain amount of disquiet when the guests were issued with blowguns to bag their own meal, which came in the form of dussies and jackrabbits in a central arena. But perhaps some of the initial uneasiness was taken care of through most of the guests wearing blankets as required dress. Her adaptation of the French salad with its boutupap crumble and lucerne extract was a great hit, but her special version of the tried and trusted Brightlace evergreen, often called meat on a wire by the uninitiated, was the entree that has really made her Madame Formidable among the beautiful people. Basically, the only change in the marinade is half as much curry as one would normally use, and finely chopped dried kikuyu grass and wood ash as an aid to the grilling. And needless to say, the fuel for her Renaissance table braziers consisted of Wachabiki Doringboom twigs which had been soaked in a very good apple brandy. If one has trouble with this recipe, or perhaps cannot get a suitable brine for the dish, it might be an idea to enlist the aid of your local butcher. Just pop along and explain your plight. But do remember to destroy the cash slip, though, as a careless mistake like this could put a damper on what might otherwise happily have been a Saturday smash.
We present the first in a new series titled Let's Speak Portuguese. Such has been the popularity of these programs that we now bring you 3 lessons in one program. Lesson 1.
Potatoes, please. Beans, tomato.
Lesson 2.
Mangoes, peaches, papayas, and pawpaws.
Lesson 3.
Plums, melons, kumquats, bananas.
Our next in the series, Let's Speak Portuguese, will be broadcast in 5 weeks' time.
Come in.
Excuse me, Mr. Forsler, the manuscripts have arrived for your attention.
Oh, yes, thanks very much.
Pleasure, don't mess with it.
What page is it?
It's page 1047.
Right, thank you very much.
My pleasure, sir.
All right, let's see, 1047, huh? Here it is. It's marked out for me. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is noble in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows. Violence, huh? All right. Of outrageous fortune or to take arms. Against a sea of troubles by opposing in them. To die to sleep. When are they going to learn of violence again? No more than by asleep to say we end our heartache in 1,000 natural shocks. That flesh. Age restriction. This is a consummation. Mr. Orchid! Mr. Orchid!
Yes?
Come through, please.
I was waiting in the passage. I thought you might need me.
Consummation here.
Yes?
What is that?
Consummation.
Go through to...
consummation. It's a soup.
Just go through and check on that, please, will you? With Mr. Nell. All right?
But it's a cold soup.
No, I'd like a double check on that, please.
Yes.
Thank you. To die, to sleep, a chance to dream. Hey, there's the rub. The rub? I wonder if that is now a body rub. Oh, it could be commercial. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil. Come in.
Mr. Forsler, I was quite right. Consomme is a cold, clear soup.
Oh, well, that's all right then. Thank you, Mr. Olga.
Certainly. Anything else, sir?
No, I'll call you. Wait a minute, yeah. Look at this here now.
Yes.
The calamity of so long life for who would bear the whips and scorns. You know, they're giving me the perversions and stuff all the time.
Terrible.
Wait a minute, please.
If only they realize what a
Section
terrible
32.
job you have.
Hey. Right, I'll call you,
Censoring
Mr. Orchid.
Thank you. Yes.
My word, I don't know. I really don't know. The precious wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay. The law will not delay. I'll show them about the law delaying. Yeah, now, where am I here? Insolence of office. And the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. A bare bodkin? Ooh, I don't know how far they're going to push their luck here. Bodkin is all right, man. A bare bodkin. Right, section 33A. Mr. Andries Vosloo. Signed this day of... Mr. Orchid?
Yes?
What is the date today, please?
Oh, coming through all those security doors is quite a... I'm sorry, what?
What is the date today, please?
7th. 8th.
The 8th?
Yes.
Of March, eh? That's right, 1973.
The Ides of March.
Yeah, it's 73.
You know what happens to the hairs at this time of the year.
Yeah, well, that's another story.
It reminds me, I must bring you the Lewis Carroll book for review.
Yeah, please don't forget that. And
there is a lot in that book that should be taken out.
In any case, Mr. Orchid, I wonder if you'd mind taking these down to the cinema down the road, please. The manager knows my name.
Taking what?
This report, yeah, that I've written out from this book. The manager knows me there.
Yes.
Thanks very much, Mr. Orchid.
A soldier was soldiering bravely.
In some far-off, desperate land.
With puttees and boots he was racing.
Not to Buttersville or Summerstrand, that I can tell you.
His pulses were speeding.
And his muscles were kneading. There were no flies on this boy, Osaki.
He said, transport's my buzz, so please ask the fuzz for a Butter's
Batterproof Bucky.
Butter's,
Butter's Batterproof Bucky.
The Rooms of Dr. Gert Ockert, Specialist Psychiatrist.
Oh, my goodness me, but it's hot today. Whew. This water tastes like nectar. Oh. Come in! Jeffrey! Nearly choked on the water. Come in! Come. Good heavens! You nearly broke the door down.
No!
Here in my diary it says Van Bredar. Huh? Van Bredar is written here in my diary. Are you Van Bredar?
Yeah, you know...
Good morning. Sit
These
down.
people
I
are
see you
all...
already sitting.
They madmen.
Oh, it's hot, isn't it? Would you like some water? Oh, no, I can't stand this noise.
What's that?
Just a moment.
People are mad around here.
You people out there, stop making all this noise! The people in the waiting room. There's one out there that thinks he's Billy Byrne.
Oh,
Alan.
ridiculous. Listen.
Oh.
You know what? I'm mad, man. Raving, stark, raving mad.
Really? You know, I feel like that sometimes about myself, too. Why, what makes you think this?
Well, I came...
this office is so stuffy.
I was thinking on the way here today, all over through the way
The
here
air
today.
conditioning is not working, you see.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can feel it myself.
Yeah. I think if I'd best open the window. Yes, no. Where do you come from, Mr. Van der Daar? Is it Blackman, is it, according to what I've got in my diary? Blackman.
Yeah, I'm mad, I'm mad.
I see you're carrying a guitar. Do you play the guitar?
No, I just carry it, but I'm mad. You know?
Yes, but do you play it?
Well,
No, but I mean, can't you... Oh, listen to that Billy Vaughan out there in the waiting room again. Can't you play tunes and melodies? I mean, don't you take the guitar seriously?
no, I don't mind if I don't take it seriously. I'm just mad. I'll come see you about that.
I see, yes. Well, now, first of all, tell me, why do you think this?
Well, I can explain. I can explain why I'm mad.
Mm-hmm.
One day I just sat down in the.
Yes.
I've got loss of memory.
Yeah.
And I went mad.
Uh-huh.
You know.
How long ago was this?
For about 4 years ago.
Oh yes. And do you like these little sweets with the red stripes on them? You have one. They're really nice. Do you like them? Now, what sort of... Are you married?
I was married last year.
Yeah.
Got married again this year. And next year. And
the year after? Ah, I see, yes. I'm just making notes.
Now listen,
here.
I came to see you because
I
I'm
know. I'm just taking notes here, really. My goodness me, I suppose we're lucky that we don't have Winifred Atwell or Charlie Kuntz out there in the waiting room as well. Now, look here. Where are you going? Come in.
Mr. Orchid.
Yes, Dr. Orchid.
Yeah, well, listen, do you want me to... What must I do about all those loonies out there in the waiting room? Eh?
Well, please take the saxophone away from the one. Please, really. Otherwise, you know this ledge outside my window here, I'm going to go and stand there and close the window, and I'm going to just be quiet and on my own for a while. I can't stand this anymore. You're all making me muddled and confused. Go and take his saxophone away immediately. Can't you see I'm busy here with Mr. Van Verdaan? Mr. Van Verdaan, will you come back, please, from the cupboard? No, don't look in the cupboard, please. It's got nothing to do with you. No, that's just a skeleton. Now, leave that skeleton alone. Oh, my goodness.
Mr. Orchid, hold on a second. If I don't shut these people
The
up...
skeleton is going to pull it apart, and then the bones will be all over the place.
Right.
And it's happened 14 times in this past week already. That's right. No, just leave the skeleton alone. Now, Mr. Van Verdaan, sit down again, please. I'm sorry about that interruption.
Listen, don't worry about this. I know I'm mad.
Oh,
I know I'm mad. I'll see
and
you next
I
week.
have got such a sore throat, you wouldn't believe it. Oh!
Jelly to bring tea.
No. Just tell her that I'm going away for a while. If anybody wants me, I shall be out on this little stage outside the
But why can't we have the Alfredo cereal?
Yes. All right, we'll have it now. Alfredo, an audiophonic essay on an intrigue in Mexico. Gert and I waited breathlessly for the huge door to open. Well, this is it. This is the moment of our fate, Victor. Can't stand the suspense.
Well, listen, I'm sorry. I couldn't get the Mexican sauce for those hamburgers.
What do you mean?
I only had the plain one.
But what about us? Are you going to spare us and let us go free? We're not sure of our fate.
How do you spell that?
What, fate?
No, of.
Oh, O-F.
Just checking. You hadn't known I might have boiled you in oil.
No. Oh, salad or cooking?
Do me a favor. SAE 30. What do you think I made of money?
But please, tell us what is to become of us.
Well, I thought we could all go to driving tonight, but then I realized that you were all prisoners here.
I can't stand it. I think I'm going mad. I think I'm going crazy.
Relax, take a tranquilizer.
Have you got one?
I'm never without one. There you are.
That's £3.67.
Oh, yeah, you are.
So.
You're really sort of quite organized around here, aren't you?
Not really. I'm running short of 65 gauge wire, and I also need some metric spanners.
What for?
I'm busy on a project.
What sort of a project?
You asked too many questions. Gonzalez!
Senor!
Activate the special electronic lever.
Si, senor!
Now we'll see who the manager is around here, my boy.
Swim for your life, man!
Look, and I was swimming for our lives in the murky, oily depths. Desperately, we tried as hard as we could to grab hold of the side. Finally, we were able to clutch onto a rock jutting out on one side.
Grab it, Kurt!
I've got it! Are you all right, Walter?
I've never felt better in my life. I love swimming in oily, underground rivers, you know. Something I've never told anybody.
Wait a minute! Look there, Walter!
What?
There, built into the underground river wall. I just can't believe it.
It's impossible.
Mr. Borley!
My gracious heavens, Philemon, your game is quite a start. What are you doing here?
I came even to ask you the same question.
Have you been following us, Philemon?
All the time.
But why? How?
You forgetting your change for the parking meter in the first episode.
Yes, but now, what's the point of all this? And what's this railway station?
Oh,
no, it's him.
Where you are.
Oh, no, it's him. It's him, the manager.
I'll teach you to,
we must get away.
meddle with things you don't understand.
Oh, my gracious. No.
Don't worry, sir. I've got a plan.
What sort of a plan?
I've got it here somewhere. I think it's...
Quickly, Philemon.
But it looked as though it was going to be too late. The man known only as the manager was advancing upon us, and it didn't seem as though Philemon would get his plan ready in time. All we could do was hope and pray. I fed 300 pesos into the cigarette machine, while Walter cried quietly. It was all too much. This...
Alfredo, a Mexican mission in the Badlands of San Hernando.